Hey yo, let's go. You know what it is? It's another week of the Smoke and Mare Show. I'm Mike Rennie. With me as always, the lovely Mary. How goes it, Mary?
It's wonderful. How are you?
Doing great. We got some big racing this week. I got some new pictures behind me a little bit. A little
Yeah,
update.
can you explain what you have behind you?
Yeah, so thank you to C2 Racing Stables for this gift. We got the Florida Derby here with the Wide Burial getting it done. We got the opening starting gate here, and then old Tyler Gaffleone and Wide Burial finishing it home there for the Florida Derby. So I appreciate that. Wall's looking good. Love the love from everyone. We really appreciate it.
Definitely. And on that note, we have to obviously talk about the Ohio Derby at Jack Thistle Downs this weekend.
Right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we got some big racing, and we'll also go over some Belmont Pick Five. This little abbreviated show this week. Giovanni Franco had something come up, so he's coming back on here in a couple of weeks. So we'll get that interview in. So it's a little abbreviated, no interview this week, but show still rolls. Got some great stuff here. Horse of the week. Finish off with a pick of the day, and let's just get into some racing and fire on. So let's get into that Ohio Derby here. It's the Grade 3 Ohio Derby. It came up with a pretty stingy field here of 8 horses. Who you kind of leaning to, Mary? What are you thinking about it?
So as much as you know that I love White Barrio, and I've been riding on him since his start right before the Holy Bull last fall. He was at Churchill. He kind of got a bad trip, and I think Classic Broadway was the winner of that race. And I saw his potential. I was down with him on Holy Bull, down with him on Florida Derby.
Yeah.
I will be taking a different, approach in this, and I'll be
Okay.
Ethereal
Like it.
Road. I'll be going with Ethereal Road, and I think bad things have happened when Dwayne Lucas kind of rushes his horses to something that they aren't ready for. And when I saw that he skipped out on the Belmont Stakes. He waited for this Ohio Derby. He waited for this because Ethereal Road's last race was on the undercard of the Preakness. He waited for this race, and I have to think that Coach knows what he's doing when he is waiting for something special and a good placement for his horse. So I will be taking Ethereal Road.
And I totally agree with you. Horse looks live. Looks like a pretty even betting race. People are saying Waterbury might turn out to be the favorite. I don't know. You'll see where the money goes. I think the speed is going to come from the 2 Broderick General, and then we got Pineapple. Pineapple is the only way he has to go, and then Classic Causeway is going to go. So I think there's going to be, but I don't know the truth of the speed. So I think White Abrario, to me, my pick, White Abrario, which isn't a shocking turn of events to anyone, but I think White Abrario will get the trip. He has the natural speed to kind of just sit there. So I don't think it's a lot of Classic Causeway. We've all seen what he's done. 20 Port's going to be, to me, the random one. Might be the favorite of the race. Has ran some good races behind it. I think White Abrario will clip him. Sit the trip off the 2 and the 6 there. And I actually think the exacta for me will be the White Abrario with the 6 or the 4 Ethel Road. Actually, I like underneath too. I think you're right with Coach there having the 4 ready to go Ethel Road for the day.
I agree. My biggest problem with Tawny Port is as a bettor, I found it very difficult to understand the transitions back and forth between Tapeta and dirt and then Tapeta and turf.
Exactly.
Because Tapeta at Gulfstream is your alternative to turf. If there's rain, you go to Tapeta, and all those races are run on Tapeta. And it's this synthetic that's always going to be in great condition. I'm not understanding necessarily, and I'd love for someone who is an expert in this to reach out to me and explain to me a little bit better about synthetic, because I don't understand. Jeff Ruby Stakes was a Derby prep with a minimal number of points, where Tis the Bomb takes that at Turfway, but you go from Tapeta to dirt, and what that really means for a horse. I've heard in the past that you're looking more for the narrow body type of horse on Tapeta. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. as a
Okay.
better handicapper what that truly means. So
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a tough transition from services. They don't even really have a box for it, in the DRF. There's no synthetic. There's not a lot of transition type stuff. There could be more info with synthetic than what they provide. I agree on that. So who knows? Like, I'm with you. So I think it's a setup it's going to be a very competitive race. But my homer pick, Wino might set the track record. He's probably going to break 100 Buyer. And why not? Let's just keep the train rolling, set something up. Maybe Breeders' Cup, the distaff. Let's go. No, shooting for the stars there, but I expect Barrio hopefully to get it done there. And I think a very competitive race. And I'm glad I like how it turned out. It's a very good field of horses, all with talent. So I'm excited for Thistledown getting this love. Thistledown deserves it, and they'll be the star for that day, and it'll be pretty cool for Ohio to get that love.
Definitely looking forward to the race. And after the Belmont States, it's a little bit of a weird lull in racing, waiting for Saratoga and Del Mar seasons to start. But I think we have a good start. We have the Ohio Derby. We have Stephen Foster coming up too. Next Saturday, and this Saturday we have Mother Goose at Belmont State, or not Belmont States, but Belmont Park per se.
Yeah. And then we also have the girls at Churchill Downs, a little battle. Bell's the one, and
Johnson.
Yeah, that'll be a great one. So I'm on Bell's the one. Nothing cute there for me. I enjoy the horse. Think it's to be set up. Should roll them up for that race. So. That's pretty exciting. Got some good stuff. What do you think? Anything about that race a little bit?
I'm also on Bell's the one. I think these two were last set to go face-to-face again back in November at Churchill Downs in the Dream Supreme Stakes. I think the trainer Stronson maybe late the night before, early that morning, saying she probably wasn't herself and wasn't able to compete in that listed stakes. But I think this might be the first time that those two face each other this calendar year. So I'll be looking forward to it.
I'm excited for it too. And let's we got a big weekend of racing. Let's get after it. Not a little hangover after everything. It's the Saratoga Del Mar. It's that little gap, that little window. You kind of just get through, ease into the the big late summer and fall with my with Saratoga and Del Mar, which I'm very pumped about. We also got Mare and I combined here for a pick 5 ticket for Belmont today. So here it is. We're to go over this a little bit, but we just take 2 stands here, as you can see, cost effective, and a couple races. We open it up going against what I think the public will do just for safety reasons, and race 4 and 5 when we get to that. But race 1. We're just going to spread it out here, toss a favorite, and go with the 2, 4, 5, and 6. Kind of get through that. How's that looking there, Mary? That should get us out of the gate, you think, right?
Yeah, I think to start on a spread and end on a spread is going to be great, because it gives us that opportunity. If we make it through those first 4 legs, including those 2 singles, we spread enough that our likelihood is hopefully going to hit.
Exactly. And then that gets us into our first single of the day, the 4 here, Mary. What is this? This is a horse you were putting me on. I agreed with you 100% on everything you were saying. What do you like about this horse?
Yeah, this is a horse called Rough Tough Love. This is a 3-year-old filly who is running in a $20,000 claimer going 6 furlongs, and there's so much early speed on this horse. Dylan Davis is going to be in the irons, trained by Rob Atras, and I think this is a gate to wire, 6 furlong, wire the field situation, and I feel pretty confident in this single.
I agree with that. The horse looks tough. I actually was trying to beat it. That was like okay, when you sent me it, so I was like, let me see, and I couldn't find it. And Dylan Davis is riding so well. So that's our first single. And you never know. Maybe you never know with the money. Maybe it won't be too big of a favorite. Maybe other people will try to beat it. So we'll see on the actual price of that 4. I'm guessing betting favorite, which it deserves to be. And then let's get into race 3. Tricky race. A couple things stood out to me. Is Henny trainer Henning, Mark Henning, has 2 horses. He doesn't do that very often. He has the 1 and the 6. So we went with 2, 3, and the 6. I have a fear of Linda Rice. I was talking to Mary about this. So the 2 horse, I didn't know what to do. The numbers, you match the 2 and the 3, similar odds, but not even close to buyers. Laurel Park, who kind of knows? The 2 in the last race, the 2 was in. The second place horse won next time out. So I kind of just it's like, and Linda Rice has been winning. I mean, what it is, what it is. So I was with the 2 there, but we went 2, 3, and 6 to spread around there. Mary was on that 3 a little bit. You think Dylan Davis could go back to back there with that 3, huh?
I think you can. It's a very significant drop in class. He's going from a maiden special weight of $90,000 down to a maiden of $40,000. So I think that's a significant drop in class. We are going a little further in the distance, and we have a little bit of that later speed. He's not going to be at the very front of that race. So because of that reason, I do still like the 3. And like you were saying before, I think Dylan Davis is doing wonderful. He's doing wonderful.
I agree. Love it. I like that ticket. And we threw in the other Henning, the 6. I noticed Velasquez and Henning are over as a combo. It's only 10 tries, 20 tries where I get a little weary on something. So yeah, we got the 6 horse there for the race 3, 2, 3, and 6. See if we get to this single here. And the next 2 legs is kind of where I feel like you can take advantage of pools and how you should approach them and going either way. So race 4 looks like a spread race on paper. It's a very competitive field, but I think this is where you single a horse and take a stand in a bigger field. And then race 5 looks like an obvious single, and I'm going to toss that single in race 5. So to try to generate and just go the opposite of how people would think on the defensive end. Race 4, I feel like people want to get defensive, maybe toss the 8 horse who I singled here, and I just think that's the Land Biscuit, and Atreides is claimed rate 28% off the claim. Jockey Trainer is 32%. So I love the spot of the 8. It's a competitive field, but I got to go with the connections there. So we're going to single the 8 here, Land Biscuit, and get us into race 5 here. We're going to toss the morning line favorite and spread it around here and go against, I'm thinking everyone's going to spread race 4 and then single race 5. So going against the grain there, and that's how you can kind of generate your ticket off people, how they'll think. I mean, if you kind of can see races where people will get defensive, be afraid to take a stand. Taking a stand in a bigger field will help you generate prices, because the bigger prices come in shorter fields where people single. You beat the race where everyone's singling. That's their goal. That's what generates the payout when you go for it. When you know a horse is like gonna be 3 to 5 or something, go against that horse and then take a stand like that. So that's kind of what we did here with race 4 and 5. A very cost-effective ticket, $30. So can't beat that. What do you think, Mary?
I like it. I'm hoping to win.
Yep, let's do it. Let's get it home here. It's pretty fun to do. A little pick 5 there and change it up a little bit. So, yeah. And right now we got a good friend of ours here for our horse of the week. Mary, what do you got here for us?
So this is, and I'm going to hide behind this. Okay, perfect. Sorry. This is a photo of our friend Kevin O'Day, who is Worcester Irish on Twitter. Super fun guy, super upbeat personality. We love him. This is him and his family with the horse Emiliana's Hope. And this was at Suffolk Downs, which is now a defunct track out in the Boston area. But, this is a wonderful photo of him and family. His wife is actually pregnant with their 4th child here. So this is
around.
Yeah, this is like the child was there.
It's so great. I love seeing the families.
Maybe she was there. They weren't born yet, but was still there and still supporting the horse and the family.
Yeah, that's great. I love to see it. Love the family in the paddock area. It's just awesome. Thank you again for everyone. Got a bunch of other photos that'll be coming up. So I appreciate you guys sending those in. It's been great. We love it. And, people sending us stuff, and I'm coming out to Toga. So I can't wait to see people in person. We have big things coming. The logo's getting made. We already sent the first one back. We didn't like it. But anyways, let's end this here. I got a plan.
It's not my logo. I promise. It's not. It wasn't my logo that we necessarily sent back.
No, that's for sure.
So it was eventually Rennie and I will tell the story later on, but we sent back the cat food tin.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
We'll explain that at a later time, but essentially the design looked like it's something that belonged on the cat food tin.
Yeah,
so.
I want something explosive. It's going to go on, clothes. We're going to send stuff to the backside workers. I got a lot of stuff I want to do. So stuff's coming here in this next year. We're just getting going, And so let's finish off here. I actually got a good horse that might be a price here at Belmont. We got race 6. We got Mr. Pete coming off claim 2 back, and it loves this distance. I mean, 8 wins, 5 seconds, 7 thirds. The trainer's been hot. It's Mare Commerci. I messed her name up, but I followed her. She took over for an old trainer that retired some years ago, and she's been doing great. She's been winning more. You can look at her percentage just me. She's at 30% right now, and she was barely winning a couple years back. She is an awesome trainer, up-and-coming woman trainer. She is great. So I expect her to have this horse dialed in. And who else we've been talking about? We got Mr. Dylan Davis again, stays aboard here. So I like this as my play of the day. Mr. Pete to get it done here. Maybe you get a price here too. So, yeah. What do you think about that, Mary?
I'm liking it.
Yeah. Well, hey, this is a quick episode this week. No interview. That's next week, but we got big racing this week. Let's go, White Averio on my end. Everyone, thanks for the support. And we'll catch you at the track here soon. Cheers, everyone.
And before we go, I just wanted to let you know that the last show, if you recall, Rennie gave out a horse who ran at Monmouth, just like he was doing his win bid of the day. And that horse ran a 101 buyer.
Yeah, 101. And let's cheers. Actually, I forgot my Don Julio. Let's cheers to Rendon and that buyer with the Munnings there. Munnings Gold. Munnings Gold there, getting it done. Cheers to that. And cheers to everyone else. And let's have a good weekend. Safe trips.
Take care.
Bye.